Greetings, Frederick Riddle here with another Becoming a Published Author is Fun. And if you don't understand that, check out episode 8. But this is episode 2560. And we are talking today about a marketing feature that uh, you're going to be involved in one way or another. You either don't do it, that's an option. If you go with a traditional, they will set them up for you, but you still have to do it. Even the most famous people who have gone with traditional, they had to do the book to go on the tour where they would sign books and things of this nature. And then there's also the independent, the indie author. If you go to like an indie publisher such as myself, help you with tools and things of this nature. Um, But the thing is that no matter which way whoever you publish with, whatever, an author tour involves the author, and that's you. So I'm going to look at this a little bit. First of all, the local, that's right around your home, down the street, if you will. And so I mentioned here bookstores. Now, you don't have to focus just on bookstores. There are a lot of different stores around there that will allow you to put a book out, some books out, or something like this. Talk with the owner, talk with the manager, and find out if you can put some books out there to sell. Of course, you're going to want to promise them that they'll get some percent or whatever of the profits of the sales. But here we have it. We have a bookstore, and then I've divided up into two groups, corporate and family. So what I'm talking about here is you go to your big name bookstores. These are usually multiple, they're just all over the state, all over the country. Those are corporate. And usually, been my experience, that if you go in there and try to get set up a author signing, it used to be when I first became an author, I could go in and talk to the manager, set it up for me, and uh, I could have it right then and there. And we set up the dates and everything. uh, More recently, when I checked on it, I discovered that had changed, and not necessarily always, every company, but a lot of your corporate entities want to have the corporate main office review the book, so on and so forth. You have to send them at least one copy, sometimes two copies of your book, and they'll look it over, take it, and see if they want to put it on their sales, on their in their sales department, their bookstores. And the good, that's the bad part. The good part is if you get approved, you go just in one store, you can go into all their stores. But that's time consuming, and you have to make the decision whether you want to do that or not. Because there's different hoops you have to jump through. Uh, Different companies have different hoops, so I'm not even going to get into that. But it will involve you sending at least one book, possibly two, and it may involve some other things as well. Family, I'm not talking about Family Christian Bookstore. That is actually a corporate, that's a chain. And so, which fits in the first one here, corporate. Uh, the When I say family, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about local. I'm talking about uh, you go into some of the bookstores which are family owned, and they're just local. They may have they may have one or two scattered in that same area. If they've grown any, but basically they are not a typical chain. And a lot of times these you go, well, in fact, I would say almost say all the time, these you negotiate with the owner. Now, getting your book in there into a family or into a corporate may involve you going in and not they're not buying the book from you up front. You are putting your book out there on consignment. And so you put them out there at your own cost, you put them out there, and they'll give you maybe 6 months. let them on their shelves. If they don't sell, they're going to give them back to you and say, didn't work. But if they do sell, then they might be interested in buying newer books. So it's a long-term investment on your part, and you do get your books back. I can't promise you they'll get them back and all of them in excellent condition, because customers, being what they do, they go and they flip through and all this, so they can get damaged. But you'll get your books back. But the long-term potential is that it could be a very major sales opportunity for you. Then there's the other kind of tour, and this is online. So we've been talking about the physical, but which is actually what you're doing here. But the physical and the online both we're talking here more of a national. So in the online, you can go on and sell them right from your own book website if you want, or you can go through Amazon, direct people directly to Amazon or whatever book publisher you used, and that will enable people to get there. And you can have right on the online there, you could have a tour of not only your store or Amazon store or whatever, but different stores. There are outfits out there who will actually set up a tour for you for a fee, of course, but it takes a lot of time and effort to set one up, and a little bit of knowledge as well. So it might be wise to hire somebody who specializes in that area of work. And so you can have a reach across the nation. If you're interested in selling overseas, you can have a reach overseas as well. Physical means where you travel, where you go to places. And so they may use online to set these up, but the tour itself is actually physical presence, your physical presence at a particular store in a particular city within a particular state. And you could start from one end of the country and go all the way across if you got the time, energy, and well, it costs you gas and room and all that other stuff too. So it does involve a lot if you do that. But again, it's still around, folks. It has not died down. It has not disappeared. You may not hear much about it, but it's still out there. And so that's something you can check out on. So there you are. You can strictly go local, and then you can divide that up. You can do both bookstore and the corporate and the family, or you can do corporate or the family, whichever way you want to go. Tour online and physical. You can even do both of those. You could have an online tour going on while you're doing a physical tour. So there's just different options you have that you need to be aware of before you ever get published. It might be something for you to think about. Do you want to do that? Well, that's it for today. I hope this has been helpful to you. And don't forget, I always try to inform you, encourage you, and inspire you. And as a writer, my job is to do all three of those, really, to inform you of what you can do, inspire you to do it, and encourage you to do it. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next episode.